So yeah, support, right? If you're in the mood.
Yeah. Like, for instance, how much effort does it take to click through Amazon? It doesn't take a lot of effort. You can do it if you want to support you.
Yeah. If you want to support in that way. Actually, let me go ahead and explain that. The Amazon thing is cool. So, you do your Amazon shopping like we always do, daily, for some of us. Instead of going straight to Amazon, just go to JockoPodcast.com. Little Amazon banner on the side. You kind of got to scroll down if you want to hit the banner sometimes. But I put it up in the top menu as well. Boom. Click on the Amazon banner, then do your shopping. Good way to support. Like Jocko said, just, little action. We can do that. If you want. If that's what you're doing, if you're supporting the podcast, boom, that's a good way.
Are we asking them to assault a target? Are we asking them to flank an enemy? Are we asking them to come up against Panzer tanks or Tiger tanks with 1 bazooka and 10 tanks? No. Just asking for a little support.
Right. And it's a good way too. It's a really good way. Well, I was going to make the comparison to the plane that comes in and then leaves, But meanwhile, it's huge support. But
that's true.
Let's face it, though, those pilots, that's a lot of work.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So I don't know if that's a fair comparison. But nonetheless,
let's stick with sodium on that one.
Yeah. It's like sodium, little piece of sodium. Throw it in the fish tank.
You know what? We should actually do that.
Yeah.
We need to do it, actually. We need to do Facebook Live. We need to get some sodium and put it in a bucket of water so we can give visuals behind the situation that you're talking about.
Yeah, we'll do it at your house.
Okay, bring it.
Where do you get sodium, though?
I don't know.
Like CVS?
You're the logistics guy. Go get some sodium.
Look into that one. Anyway, that is a more fair analogy. You're the sodium. Big reinforcement effects with the Amazon click-through situation. Also, if you're into supplementation, which I'm going to go ahead and recommend it now. Catch me 3 years ago. You're not going to hear me recommending any supplements. Maybe a pre-workout. Maybe. And even then, it's like caffeinated. I was thinking, so on it, right? That's the supplements we're talking about, if you didn't know. If you did know, this is all familiar to you. But the pre-workout that we talk about, it's called Total Strength and Performance. Mm-hmm. Weightlifting and whatnot. It's pre-workout. It's stimulant-free, right? So you know what I was thinking? I was like, hey, stimulant-free pre-workout is kind of different than what I'm used to. But you know what it's like?
I don't, but I've got a feeling I'm going to learn real quick.
This is what it's like. It's like you ever watch movies and the good guy, like, I don't know, Clint Eastwood, Bruce Willis, like, he's all calm. He's like, he's not wired enough. He's all calm.
I see what you're saying here.
But when it goes down, bro, he kills, kicks ass. That's what this pre-workout is kind of like. Like, when you take it, you're like, oh, I'm calm. But on the inside, so much potential. And then when you get the work going, it's like, boom. So they do studies on it. That's actually one of the good parts about it. It's like they do real, like, placebo tested, like, that's studies.
Double-blind placebo tested and stuff like that.
Yeah. Sounds cool, but it is cool. So with this pre-workout one, it's like over, I think it was like a 4-week period. It's like, I want to say 6% improvement. On average, about there. Right. And I'm thinking, 6%. I was like, okay, cool. Single-digit percent. Sometimes that can mean a lot. So I'm like thinking, okay, what's 6%? What does that look like? So I'm thinking,
add that to your bench press number or whatever.
How about
add that
this?
to your deadlift number.
How about this? Subtract it. Ooh. So this is how it really hit me.
Why you got to be negative?
I know, bro, because I'm trying to prove a legitimate point. Okay, so let's say I'm doing some dumbbells, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do a set of 10. I don't know. I'm not saying me. I'm just saying anyone. And I'm going to use the 100-pound dumbbells. I'm going to do 10 of them.
Curls.
Right? How about this? We'll do a bench press dumbbells. I'm going to do hundreds. And 1 week I do, a set of 10, boom, solid, right? And then whatever, I finish my workout. The next week, if I can do 6% less, like that's my limit, I'm feeling 6% weaker.
Yeah.
I can't do those hundreds 10 times.
No.
I got to go to the 95s. Oof. Bro, you know how whack that is?
It's real whack.
So I'm saying, if you don't take this pre-workout over a month period of time, This is just on average. If you don't take this pre-workout, you're the guy who did the 95s. If you do, you're the guy who did the 100s. Actually, it's less than 95s, really. It's like 94s, really. On average, dang. See, so that's what, if you're not taking the pre-workout, which I do now, by the way, if you're not taking it, you're that guy. No, I mean, that's cool, but I'm just saying you're missing out on gains galore, you know? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyway, and this is all proven stuff. This is just me making it up. This is like prove they did it. Florida State University.
And
against placebo.
You prove it yourself.
Yeah, that part is up to you. I mean, it's up to you to go get after it.
No, but what about you personally?
Yeah, I'm all up on it. I didn't measure my results or nothing like that. I didn't
just
do a double blind.
Mentally?
Yeah, the pop. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
Pop is real. How they did it is, even the word double blind placebo situation,
right?
Whatever. Like a lot of people, they don't know what that is. What it is they get a group of people who are going to work out hard, going for gains straight up. They're going to give them all the supplement. All of them, all the people, they're going to give the supplement. But half of those people, it's actually not the supplement. It's like nothing. But they don't know that. Everyone thinks they're taking the supplement. So they're all getting after it. They're all, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they say, okay, whose gains are better? And they monitor. And all the people with the supplements, their gains were, on average. And it's all these different lifts, bench, squat, all this stuff. So boom, proven, boom. Anyway.
It tastes good. That much I can actually attest to.
It does. I was thinking about that.
I can attest that it makes... Now, I can't... I haven't done a double-blind placebo on myself.
Me neither.
Because I would have to, like, mix it up and fake myself out. And I'm pretty hard to trick.
Yeah, it's pretty... Yeah.
So,
hard.
But, like I said, when I feel the need... I take not only Shroom Tech Sport, but also the pre.
Yeah.
And get after it.
Yeah.
If I know that the boys are waiting for me for the jiu-jitsu training, and I know it's going down, I will. If I'm feeling any sort of hesitation, I'll get after that.
Default aggressive, when in doubt, do that. And it makes sense too, because obviously jiu-jitsu, especially when you're going hard, that's a workout that you need to recover from, and you'll be, so you'll get better results from recovering from even a jiu-jitsu workout.
Yeah.
I
just worry about performance.
Yeah, performance.
I'm not doing it for recovery, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
With the jiu-jitsu workout.
But like it or not, that's what you're getting.
You're getting
the recovery too. Yeah, fully is. But yeah, so good. Yeah, and you say it tastes good. It does taste good. It was weird because as far as pre-workouts go, like if you get a regular, quote-unquote, regular pre-workout, they try to make it taste like candy and Kool-Aid and lemonade and all this stuff. And I'm not mad at it. It tastes good or whatever.
I'm mad at it.
But yeah, man, let's face it. I mean, it's not that good. So when I took this one, it was it had more of like a, like if you take like natural greens or something, it kind of has
that. Yeah.
Earthy. It's earthy. There's an earthy flavor to it, which I was like, oh, this is different. It's not like candy. And I was like, okay. And then after a while, you kind of get used to it. And then you have that, you have that association to certain tastes from like, then you go work out, you get the pop, and it's like kind of part of the routine. And so it's like, tastes all good now. You know what I mean? It's like through association. Yeah, it's good. Anyway, it doesn't taste like krill oil. Like if you're chomping krill oil tablets, you got to just swallow those. Yeah. Don't chomp those.
Those do not taste good.
Yeah. And cool. So krill oil, speaking of which, is the go-to, in my opinion.
It's the go-to.
I was talking to Greg Train about this. What's today? It was yesterday I was talking to him. And of course, like, okay, if you're working out and you're like, hey, my joints are less sore, that's good. Of course. But when you do notice it, and in my experience, even more, if you pay attention, is like, for example, like, a few days ago, I'm sitting down in the living room with the kids. We're sitting there for a long time, same position, like for 45 minutes. Usually after 45 minutes, and then it's okay, it's time to get up. Whatever, gotta do something. You get up and you're like, you get up, and you make that noise. Huh? Me, no, but if I didn't take krill oil, I probably would have that, and I have had that, especially if you've worked out that day or something like that. You just stiffen up. I'm just saying. And you feel it. With the krill oil, it's almost like you're always warm, Not warm physically, but, like you already warmed up. That's kind of what you feel like.
It's good. I'm a supporter.
Yeah. So I'm saying get on the krill oil.
Yeah. Like I said, I had injuries, and krill oil. That was a long time ago that I started taking krill oil, and I haven't stopped, and I'm not going to.
Yeah, because even like you say, injuries, which of course legitimate, but I've had injuries, but it more helps like the pre-injury, it's something that's not an injury. Yeah, something that's just kind of just nagging you, stuff you got to like battle through or something like that. You don't have to battle through that anymore. You got omega-3s. Next time I'll go into the whole why fish oil or krill oil is better than fish oil, because we talked about it. It'll take too long. It's kind of technical. I'll put it into like layman's terms some other time. Anyway, krill oil is dope. Pre-workout's dope. Everything on it is good, actually. It just depends on what kind of workout program, what kind of lifestyle, But they have something for everybody, like regardless of what you do. Even the krill oil, even if you're not that active, it's just good for your joints, As like, because over time you degenerate, whatever. Krill oil, regenerate. Also, another way to support is subscribe on iTunes or the various podcast platforms, Stitcher, Google Play, all these things. If you subscribe, if you haven't already, that's a good support, You get updates when new episodes come out. Also on YouTube, we have a YouTube channel, Excerpts, on there, along with the video version of this podcast, which helps.
If you need to know what Echo looks like, because apparently Echo does not look like what he sounds like.
Yeah.
I've been told.
Actually, how's this? So Paul, my new friend Paul, came in from Arizona, visited, came to the Victory, looked into some jiu-jitsu, all that.
I was out of town.
You were out of town. Yeah, it's too bad. So he says, when I walked in, he's like, "Hey, Echo." I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And he goes, "Oh, for some reason I thought you'd be bigger," he said. I was like, "Oh, interesting." I was like, because typically people, if they haven't seen me or whatever, they think I'm smaller, and you think I'm bigger, so it's kind of just different.
You probably got that impression from reading on social media that Echo's jacked.
Maybe
people go, Echo's jacked,
or maybe maybe he thought I was just tall, like super tall or something.
Oh, yeah, well maybe. But what are you, 5'11"?
6'11". Super tall. I'm normal height. I don't know. Either way, what was the point there? If you want to watch YouTube videos of Jocko, it's less about me, I think.
No, it's
you. About me, a little bit.
Yeah.
So either of us, and you want to watch the video version, go ahead, watch that, man. It's good. It's on YouTube, and also I'll put some excerpts on there, just in case you don't want to watch the whole. Because to sit in front of the computer and watch like for 2 hours, 3 hours sometimes, that's kind of unrealistic. Unless you're playing it. A lot of
people do it.
Yeah, well, no, what? And I've done this before too. You just put it on like your TV, your smart TV.
But sometimes I want to see what is going on
in
the podcast. I want to see the look on my own face or on your face when I say something. I kind of want to see what that looks like. So.
Yeah, and that makes sense because when you figure, I feel like a lot of people watch less TV, but that could be just my little bubble. But
no one watches TV.
Oh yeah, no one at all. No, but think about this.
Hawaii 5-0.
Yeah, that's a good one for sure. But let's say you watch, I don't know, Dr. Phil. Not that I watch Dr. Phil, but if you watch, that's all they're doing. They're sitting, this guy's talking to this person, and you're just watching it.
You could listen to that, you're saying.
I'm just saying, if you're into Dr. Phil, the difference between looking and watching it and just listening to it, like, you understand that people actually do watch two people talk about stuff. It makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of feel like you'd be more in the conversation in a way. I don't know. Either way, YouTube. That's the point there. If you want to watch this podcast or just the excerpts, and you don't want to watch the whole podcast, there's little excerpts, little lessons that I kind of separate from the podcast, put them on there, shareable, little nuggets. Also, we have a store, jockostore.com. If you like shirts and whatnot, new designs. I don't know, a week. Next week we'll have them, I think.
New designs.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, kind of listen to the crowd a little bit. People throw out suggestions all the time, which we listen to for sure, and kind And the ones that I hate using
The ones
word
that percolate to the top.
I like the word percolate better than resonate. The ones that resonate with my soul. You know that feeling. That's what the feeling I get when
Okay, so you can use
when I
percolate.
say it. When other people say it, it sounds cool.
I just say the ones that are good.
Yeah, that makes more sense for sure. All right, yeah, the ones that we thought are good, we'll put them. We're starting to develop more and more designs and have them. So yeah, jockostore.com, and then women's stuff is on there. Some patches, some shirts, of course, rash guards.
See, this is the thing. See, I'm not good at recognizing like, hey, we should make more stuff,
Right.
because it's hard for me to recognize what's good and what's bad because my mind is different than some people's.
Yeah.
So, but what's cool is when I do see something and I do think it's good, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I would
And by the
agree
way,
with
I'm
that.
almost done with the Echo Charles t-shirt design, by the way,
Yeah.
which I think people are going to like. And you know why they're going to like it?
Because you designed it.
Well, yeah, but that's not why. They're going to like it because it's not just straightforward. Right.
Let me guess.
You can guess it.
Some layers
There's
on
some
that.
layers there on that one.
Yeah, no, I believe, Brett, you're the original layer creator, really, when it comes down to it. And no, I think that is
It
kind
was
of
funny. So speaking of layers, the day that Echo asked me what font it was that I used to write Jocko Podcast, and I was like, yeah, it's OCR standard. And then he kind of looked at me and I said, it's because it's a machine can read it. And, this is like part machine here. And he was all excited with the layers right there.
I'm telling you, the layers are real, and I respect them.
Good.
So yeah, there it is, Jocko Store. Also, oh yeah, sorry, there's rash guards on there. Alleged 19%, straight up 19%
Yeah.
increase, improvement,
Alleged.
performance, results, all that stuff. Hoodies on there too, and like I said, more stuff. We have a travel mug coming out. That one's gonna be good. We'll let you know when that's out. Psychological warfare. I feel like I should talk about that right now.
I feel like we can't stop you, so
Yeah.
I guess you might as well go for
You
it.
can't stop me. So Psychological Warfare on iTunes is an album with tracks. And this is what it's for. It's not music.
No.
This is what it's for. Technically, it's considered spoken word. This is what it is. If you're feeling a moment of weakness in your discourse, did I use that word right? Your discourse.
Not really.
Yeah. So in your course, I don't know.
It's better, closer,
In
warmer.
your journey, in your ambitious goals to stay on the program in whatever capacity.
Right.
Wake up early, get the workout in, hard workout in. Create, write your book, your blog, anything you're doing, right? More or less. And you're feeling moments of weakness. You're slipping from the path. You're taking a break when you shouldn't be taking a break. Scheduling unscheduled rest days.
Not good.
Yeah, when you're feeling like that.
Straying from the warpath.
Yeah. You listen to one of these designated tracks, and it'll help you get past that weakness in that moment. I would say, and I've said this before, this is my guess, 100% chance that it'll get you through your weakness. 100% chance. And this is why I say that, and I've said this before, but I think it's worth saying again. Because if you, let's say, let's do the workout one. That's the most common one to me. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to work. I don't feel like working out. And I'm saying, okay, well, I'm going to put in workout track, whatever, with the one. I listen to it, and after I'm done listening to it, it's like 2 minutes long, and I still skip the workout, that's like a shame. That's an unbearable shame, and it's all personal.
So that means it's not 100% if you still skip the workout.
I'm just trying to imagine if that were to happen. I've never done it, and the shame, the unbearable shame is so unbearable that it just simply wouldn't happen, So that's why I say 100% chance. I can't imagine a person that would actually let that happen, nonetheless. So whatever you think your weakness is, waking up early, all this stuff. If you do the wake up early one and you set it as your alarm, which is a good idea, by the way.
Yeah.
It's actually
That's
the perfect idea.
Yeah.
Just clear it with your spouse,
significant other.
Yeah. If they're sleeping in the same bed or whatever, and they have the potential to hear it.
There's some dude in the bedroom.
Yeah, just like all of a sudden starts talking. And it's Jocko. It's like a spot, It's good. Psychological Warfare, iTunes, Jocko Willing. It's also on Amazon Music and all these other things. So, yeah, it's there. It's a good way to support. And support yourself, because that one's a support yourself situation. For sure.
Mm-hmm. And actually, what's cool right now, we're getting requests for Psychological Warfare 2. What topics need to be covered that I didn't cover on the first one.
Yeah.
So there's more weaknesses out there in the world. Weaknesses that are creeping around. And they're trying to get people. But, yeah, we're going to find some of them weaknesses, and we're going to smash them. So, yeah, if you got any more suggestions, just hit it up, through
Quitting smoking. How about that one? Right?
That's a good one. Do people still smoke?
Bro, I was thinking about that.
We live in California. That's one of the things.
Yeah, we live in a
California.
bubble.
In California, a lot of people don't smoke anymore.
Yeah,
it's not real popular out here anymore.
Yeah, so just like, bro, I'm telling you, we live in a bubble. Not only being in California, but just think about the people you hang around with. It's
everyone's
like all
that jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, Navy SEALs, jiu-jitsu guys who, at the very least, have like
some level of health consciousness.
Yes, exactly. So, yeah, it's weird. I saw a guy smoking in his car, and I was like, I asked the same thing. I was like, dang, I didn't know really people smoked anymore, really.
Well, I realize that when I go to another state and you go into a restaurant or something, because it's illegal here. You can't smoke in a restaurant. You can't smoke in a bar here. You can't do it. It's illegal. Yeah. It's literally illegal.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you go to another state and you smell cigarettes, and you go, oh, yeah, I remember that. Back in
But yeah, that'd be a good one, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll think about that one.
Like a craving.
Yeah. I don't know if I could legally do it though, because I didn't smoke and I don't know what it takes. I don't know if it's proper for me to do that. I mean, I guess I could just get nuts on smoking.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's a horrible thing that kills you.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be doing it.
Man,
there's actually no benefit from it, right? There's no. I mean, if you're doing steroids, there's some benefit to it, right? You're going to get stronger. If you're doing caffeine, you're going to be more awake. So there's certain benefits. Is there any benefits to smoking?
It depends on what you mean by benefits.
Did you ever smoke before?
I've never even tried a puff of a cigarette before.
Because you're from Hawaii.
Well, that's not the reason.
You're an athlete.
People smoke. No, it was the thing. It was the thing with my dad. He'd literally refer to it as the devil. Like he'd be like, "Smoking's the devil," and it was a shame thing too. So the way he would talk about smoking, not necessarily the people that smoke, but just smoking. It's just so. It just, to me, in my mind, according to his little
that's cool
message.
So your dad done a good job there.
Yeah. I never tried. Yeah. Anyway.
He should have told you sleep was the devil too. Get you out of the bed in the morning.
But sleep's not the devil. That's the thing.
I know.
But yeah, I think it's there is benefits though. Depends on what you mean by benefits. Depends on what you mean by benefits though.
Health benefits of any kind?
It gives you like this like buzz and alertness. But here's the thing about it's weird because if you say smoking cigarettes, there's nicotine in it and there's benefits in nicotine. But smoking also has all the carbon monoxide, like tar, all these like carcinogens and stuff like that. Yeah, so smoking, maybe not so much benefits. Nicotine, there are benefits.
Okay, well, let's just say no.
I say no. There are no benefits.
So that's
net benefit? No. Negative.
All right.
Yeah.
And let's see. Also, speaking of net benefit, you can get some net benefit if you want to try something called Jocko White Tea. If you're worried, if you're not a tea drinker, don't worry, because it doesn't taste like tea. It tastes like victory here. And you know, don't take my word for it. I got some reviews. We got a bunch of reviews on Amazon, and you know what? They're all awesome. Yeah. They're all 12-star, right?
Yep.
So here's one. After drinking 1 cup of this balanced and delicious tea, I was able to execute a flying triangle on my black belt jiu-jitsu instructor while discovering the mystery behind dark matter in the universe. It actually isn't dark matter. It's a combination of Jocko's chin and Echo Charles's biceps, altering the gravitational field from random celestial bodies. So, you know, there's some good stuff here. I can't speak to deadlift performance, but what I can comment is a significant increase in production while performing farm work. Most noticeably, I can dig post holes in hard southern clay in half the normal time while under the influence of Jocko White Tea. Tastes great, and I highly recommend it for farmers, landscapers, construction workers, or anyone who wants to get after it. So I didn't, I wasn't familiar with that. But
Yeah.
you do notice right now, like the economy is improving a lot. We're like, everything's getting better. I think it's a lot of people are drinking Jocko White Tea. They're working harder.
Yeah, well, yeah, but so that you're saying correlate, you're not necessarily saying.
I'm not saying it's a fact. I'm just saying it's factual.
Yeah.
And, this guy here bought this from my wife. She's 5'2", 120 pounds. She was deadlifting 250 pounds, by the way. That's double body weight. Already impressive. After a week of imbibing this fine product, her deadlift suddenly increased to 1,250 pounds. Now, that might seem like a lot.
Yeah.
But it happened,
Standard.
right? It's right there. I mean, this has been documented on Amazon reviews. So you can't lie on those things.
It's got to be true.
We started throwing Jocko White Tea bags in 500-gallon water tank on the fire truck.
Dang.
Little known fact, Jocko White Tea is 3 times wetter than water. We are now extinguishing fires 3 times faster, and in the process, anyone on scene who gets sprayed immediately starts getting after it. So there's a little side effect, but it's a positive side effect. It's not negative.
Yeah.
Like you're putting out the fire, someone gets hit with some water by accident, they're not going to complain. They're going to start doing burpees. We got a warning here. Too aggressive. Do not drink at work. Literally ripped the door trim off the wall after consuming this victory in a glass. Luckily, since getting after it is my new default mode, I was able to repair the damage before the boss noticed. Replaced pathetic, this is my best part, or the best part of this one, replaced pathetic screws with lag bolts. Do you know what lag bolts are? They're like, instead of a screw, which is like a little tiny pencil thing, a lag bolt is a big bolt that you like.
The real deal.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's your mindset.
Default. Yep.
Now, I mentioned this before, and I don't know if I should necessarily do this, but I kind of think I should.
Gotta. Yeah.
There's a poem that someone wrote about Jocko White Tea, and it's based on the poem Infantry Columns by Kipling. This one is talking about Jocko White Tea, probably worth talking about here.
Yes.
So we'll go. Here we go. Jocko White Tea. I'm hot, brew, 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 brewing up some Jocko Tea. Hot, 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 brewing up some Jocko Tea. Drink, 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 drink it down and brew again. There's no tea leaves in the pour. 3, 2, 4, 5, tasty cup of tea a day. 7, 3, 5, 9 cups the day before. Drink, 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 drink it down and brew again. There's no tea leaves in the pour. Do, 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 do. Crush what is in front of you. Drink, 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 drink it down and brew again. Good, 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 good. Will answer everything. There's no tea leaves in the pour. I've drank whole box and getting after it. Press, lift, squat, roll, then right back to it again. Drink, 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 drink it down and brew again. And there's no tea leaves in the pour. So, just when someone writes a review like that, I think that might be the best. As a matter of fact, let's just face it, that's the best review that's ever been written on Amazon. So good on you. That's the best review ever.
It was very impressive.
It was very impressive. And so that's that. Also, if you want to pre-order a little book coming out called Way of the Warrior Kid, and you can order it, and I'll tell you why. This book, you might be wondering what this book is about. This book is about everything. So I want to read a little excerpt to you. Mm-hmm. Young Mark, remember at the beginning of the book, he could do 0 pull-ups. Doesn't know how to do any pull-ups. Wasn't strong enough. Nope. Now he works through the summer. His Uncle Jake has shown him some good workout programs. And finally, he's built up over the summer, goes through some plateaus, gets through them, getting after it, training hard. Finally, towards the end of the summer, he gets his first day of doing 10 pull-ups, right? And so here's what happens. We're going back to the book. And that was it. I was now officially a kid who can do 10 pull-ups. No more hiding from the pull-up bar in school. No more being embarrassed about being weak. This was real. As I thought about this, I looked at Uncle Jake and said, "Thanks. No problem, Mark. And I want you to remember something. This isn't just about pull-ups. You know what else this is about. right? I wasn't quite sure. I don't know. Uncle Jake grabbed me by both shoulders and looked me straight in the eyes and said gravely, "This is about everything." Everything. Just think, 2 months ago, you couldn't do any pull-ups at all. 0. Now you can do 10. All it took was a good plan and the discipline to execute that plan, to do it. That's what it takes. And you can apply that to just about anything. If you are willing to do the work, you can make things happen. And like I told you, no one else is going to do the work for you. Sure, you might get some help along the way, but you might not. Who knows? What we do know is this. Hard work and discipline are how you achieve things. You have to make things happen. And that is exactly what you did here. And you can do that with almost anything in life. Remember that. Uncle Jake's putting out some word to young Mark. So there's all kinds of good lessons for, I'd love to say it's a kid's book. It's a kid's book, basically. I'm going to tell you what. You might want to order it for yourself.
Yeah, it's an everybody book.
It's an everybody book. It's an everybody book. So that's that. Check out that book. Also, just released, Discipline Equals Freedom, Field Manual. Sometimes we need to refer to the manual on how to do things right. Mm-hmm. We need the manual if we're going to refer to it. It's true. The manual's coming. You can pre-order that one too. It's about everything. That one's more aimed at an adult audience.
Yeah.
It is adult.
Yeah. Dig it.
Not that there's like bad words in it.
Right.
Or anything like that. There's no obscene topics.
Yeah.
Unless you think donuts are a bad word. Because they're in there. We talk about them a little bit and their evilness. So yeah, you can get that one too. Of course, you can get Extreme Ownership. It's about leadership in combat and business, and it's about life. And from what we learned in combat, the lessons that we learned in combat, they will help you in your business and they will help you in life. So get a copy. Get a copy for your team. And, get up and down the chain of command. Up and down the chain of command. They need it. Also, I wanted to mention this. Echelon Front, right? This is the company, Leif Babin and I, who wrote the book Extreme Ownership with me. This is our company, Leadership and Management Consulting. That's what we do. We've also got JP Donnell on board. We got Dave Burke on board. And we work with companies, help them align their leadership around the principles from the book Extreme Ownership, the things we learned in combat. If you need this, and this is the reason I'm saying this right now, normally I don't talk about, or I haven't talked about this much, but people sometimes have a hard time figuring out how to get information. Echelonfront.com, that's the business website. Yeah. If you want to bring us on board, info@echelonfront.com. You can email that address, and then people can get there. You don't need to go to a speaker's bureau if you want to hear me speak, or if you want to hear Leif speak, or if you want to hear...
What is that?
A speaker's bureau is... They're companies that facilitate speakers
like
coming...
an agent almost.
Yeah, they're like an agent. Yeah. So if you don't know how to contact... If you want to hear Jocko talk, you want to have Jocko come and talk at your company, you type speaker, Jocko Willink. There's a good chance Echelon Front will come up and say, oh, yeah, you can call this number, or you can email here, and that'll hook it up. Or there'll be someone else that says, Bill's Speakers. Right. And they're advertising me. They're advertising everybody. People that, and they say, hey, if you want to, then they contact us. Right. But you got yourself a middleman in that scenario. Yeah. So.
Yeah, actually, that's good because people still email me.
Yeah.
Be like, hey,
Echo, can you come and talk at our company?
No.
Can you tell us about?
Let me think.
Can you tell us about on it?
Yeah, no. I think.
No. You forward those things to me too.
Yeah, and I didn't know the info. I'll send them to like Jamie or something.
Oh yeah, so, yeah. So that's what you do.
Yes.
info@echelonfront.com, and between Leif, JP, Dave Burke, and we do programs, like full programs at your company to get everybody aligned and on the same page. So that's what we do if you want to get some of that. And also, you can come to the muster in New York City. New York City, right?
Can't be mad at that.
New York City. Yeah. That's the place. where we're going to be May 4th and May 5th doing at the Marriott Grand Marquis. Now, a couple things about the muster. Okay, this is different. Okay, this isn't a feel-good seminar to like pump you up. That is not what's happening at the muster. If you want that, don't come.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you won't be pumped up. I'm not saying you won't be motivated, but don't come if that's what you're looking for. There's not going to be any chanting, okay?
Yeah.
There's not going to be any like communal promises and that kind of stuff. That's not happening there. You're not going to fill out a dream board, okay? That's not happening. Don't come to the muster if that's what you want.
Yeah.
That's not what the muster is. This is practical tactics and strategies. Practical things that will help you lead your team and will help you lead yourself. So, if that's what you want, then come to the muster. If you want to chant and promise and stuff like this, don't come. Because that's not what it is. If you want to learn how to lead, come.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just obviously going on the last one, but like you learn like scenarios. You know, that the Q&A part is straight up golden because everyone comes like, hey, I had this scenario that's been basically plaguing me for a year and it's just causing problems here, and and everyone has their own one, and while they're all unique, they all kind of overlap with each other, and you guys are like, okay, this is what you do, this is the answer, and it's like, dang, now we have an answer. We go back to the work, and it like a lot of times it'll just solve like this one problem that affects all this other stuff. So, man, it's so effective.
It is, and when people come and they hear those questions get asked, and again, there's always an overlap on the questions, right? And there's overlap on the principles as well. Cover and move, simple, prioritize and execute, decentralized command. The explanations can stand alone on themselves, but you start getting into real world application, there's going to be they're going to overlap. You need all four of them, right? You need all four of them to solve your problem. You can't just solve a problem with decentralized command, because if you try and do that, you'll make something too complex. You got to keep it simple. And by the way, there's going to be multiple problems that you're going to be trying to solve with your decentralized command. So you got to prioritize and execute. So that's the way it is for every problem that you're suffering. And then there's obviously other principles that we build upon that aren't just the 4 laws of combat. So that's what's good, is when people hear the way that you utilize these tools, they learn to utilize them themselves, right? That's what you're trying to do. It's like trying to teach someone to take pictures, right? You don't just, and I'm saying this because I've been talking about cameras. You don't just say, okay, here, point this and point this, set the setting to this, set the light over here, set this up, press this button, and there's your picture. That's cool. It works that one time. What happens when I step outside and there's different lighting? Or what happens when the subject is moving? You got to teach me how to do the job. You got to teach me the intricacies of it. You got to show me all those things. I got to learn how to use that tool. And that's what we do at the muster. You get these various tools. You don't just read about them and see what they are and say, okay, I understand what this tool is. Here, I'm holding this tool in my hand. It's sharp. I can cut with it. Well, guess what else you can do with this? There's a lot of things you can do with these tools that we put out at the muster. We take it to the next level. So if that's what you're looking for, come to the muster. And we got great feedback across the board. So yeah, come and get that. In the meantime, also, if there's something that you want to ask, or you have a question, or you want to give some feedback or comment about what we're doing here, or if you just want to cruise with Echo Charles primarily, he's kind of the primary cruiser here.
Yes.
We're on the interwebs right now, today, yesterday. We'll be there tomorrow. Twitter, Instagram, and that we gotta be on that Facebook, and you can get us there. Echo is at Echo Charles, and I am at Jocko Willink. And to close this out for the day,